I found a sample on Splice. I feel honored because Dre and Kiya thought I did that. So, but no, that's just a sample. I can't really hit that note. Not yet, at least. So, starting off the record, we wanted it to get that like Egyptian feel. That's why we got this synth, this pluck sign synth right here. That's where this came from. And honestly, the transient master, that's what kind of gives it that. It's not a tremolo, it's not a side chain, it's the transient master along with this level of EQ, which is highly aggressive. I don't recommend, but it made it sound good for this record. But that's where we get that from. Wanted to start out real simple, you know what I mean? Kind of set the scene. Then when we go into here, you're gonna hear my little ear candy. You know, I actually got this from, I want to say this is you know what's crazy is that this is actually I did this ad lib because I don't know, I was always a fan of like old school hip hop, and this reminds me of like, I don't know what DJ it is from like the New York era. Maybe it was Who Kid, don't quote me on that. I'm not a hip hop historian, but it's just, it feels like that era, that, you know, that Belly. That's what it make me feel like, Belly. It make me remember of Belly. But that's why I put that little woo in there just to give it my little taste. I think it is Who Kid, because he be like, Who Kid? Yeah. But anyway, I put that woo in there. And for when Kiya's verse starts, right? So instead of it just being the regular kick that you hear here, like the regular, like we hear that 4 on the floor all the time. So I did want to add a little bit more color. I wanted to add a little bit more. So instead of it being just the regular 4 on the floor kick, we just added another kick with a good high end and a rim on top of that to give it that like, it's like supposed to recreate people clapping type shit. You know what I'm saying? So you add that in with these hi-hats, it give you that groove. You'll hear these little ear candy pieces along the way. Like all my records, I'll have one background track where I'm doing something in the background, whether it be melodies, harmonies, or just it just gives it that texture. Whisper tracks, all that. Adding this in throughout the hook. Adding this in throughout the hook was like he just wanted to switch it up. You know what I mean? We just wanted to switch it up for the hook. And, you know, this is the part when we get to Chau. When we get towards the second verse, she's coming back down and she's actually speaking and rapping and flowing in Spanish. So we wanted to give her a little bit more space, but keep the percussion of the hook. You know what I mean? I want each area of the song to be slightly different. It's kind of like you listening to it live type shit. Like you kind of want to listen to it live. You know, live, there's always different intricacies in each part of the song. It's not just, all right, copy paste from hook to verse, hook to verse, hook to verse. We want the songs to have some sort of movement in them. So getting in the second verse, we have it be a little bit more open, but we still keep the tempo. This is a new part of the song. You never heard this part in the second verse before. This part coming up next, though, is my favorite part when we get into, you know, we in a new era. We in like house era. This is the, you know what I'm saying? And it's blended perfectly with the background vocals. And make sure we always always bumping up my bass a little bit. So I do it a couple different ways. I'll boost there, but I'll also, a lot of times I'll use the Puig Tech. I mean, I think that's like the kind of go-to to boost your low end, if I can find it. Where is the Puig? Am I not doing my, there we go. But you can always use the Puig Tech to kind of boost your low end. So I boost two ways. I boost on the EQ, which is aggressive. I don't recommend, but I'm just letting y'all know what I do. I boost on the low end on the EQ, but also I boost on the Puig Tech. Make sure it's hitting the way that I want it to hit. But yeah, wanted that feel, like that house feel. We in a new era. Like, I think we all understand what's going on with the music right now, and I wanted to put that in everything we do. Just add an extra little hat at the bottom to give it a little bit more movement on the second half of this part. Classic cymbals. And then we're gonna go back into bring back in the woo. Going back into the outro of the song. And that's basically Chau. Like, that's the flow and the arrangement. And that's basically Chau. That's how the flow is. That's how I produced it. Yeah. I think that also too, native instruments. I love native instruments. I'm a huge supporter of native instruments. I think they do a fantastic job in creating these plugins and emulators. So that's all I'm gonna say for now until, you know, they decide they want to sponsor somebody. But that's another story for another day. Yeah, but there it is. Chau, April 12th, 88 West. Kiya Lacey did her motherfucking thing, and I can't wait for y'all to hear the whole song.